Hello there, this is Guided Practice 17. We're talking about arc length again from section 8.1. Remember that your formula for arc length is the integral from a to b of the square root of 1 plus f prime of x squared dx. So we're going to be setting that up here. So our length of the line is going to be the integral from 0 to 1 and the square root of 1 plus f prime of x squared, right? Or in this case, I guess it's really y prime squared dx. So let's go ahead and figure out what that's going to be. So y is 1 plus 6x to the 3 halves. And so the derivative here is going to be 6 times 3 halves, which would be 9x to the 1 half. You're then going to square that to get 81x. And then you're going to add 1. So we can plug that in over here. That one's not too bad. Integral from 0 to 1, square root of 1 plus 81x dx. From here, this is a quick u sub, baby u sub. U is 1 plus 81x. Du is 81 dx. And then we can divide that 81 to the other side. So that way when you plug back in, this is the integral, and I'm going to drop my boundaries for now, of the square root of u times 1 over 81 du. So this is 1 over 81, and the antiderivative of u, square root of u, which is u to the 1 half, is u to the 3 halves, times 2/3. So this is going to give us 2 over 243, u to the 3 halves, which we're going to sub for back in to get 1 plus 81x to the 3 halves. And we're evaluating that one. Our boundaries were from 0 to 1. And when you plug in 1, you get 2 over 243 times 82 to the 3 halves. And when you plug in 0, so minus 2 over 243. When you plug in 0, you get 1 to the 3 halves, which is just 1. So it's just minus 2 over 243. And there's number 1. All right, now hopefully I've corrected it on your sheet, but this should be plus here for number 2. We should have y to the 4th over 8 plus 1 over 4y squared from 1 to 2. Okay, so we know that our arc length here should be the integral from 1 to 2 of the square root of 1 plus dx dy squared dy. This one's a little bit more complicated than the last one, so I'm going to go ahead and do the algebra for what's under the square root over here on the side. So first things first, we need dx dy. So if you take the derivative, that's going to be 1/2 y cubed. And then that's the same as, by the way, this is the same as if we had x equals 1/8 y to the 4th plus 1/4 y to the negative 2. So this is going to become minus 1/2 y to the negative 3, which is 1/2 times, I'm going to factor out the 1/2, y cubed minus 1 over y cubed, and I'm going to get common denominators. So 1/2 times y to the 6th minus 1 over y cubed. Because that's going to make it a little bit easier to square it. So when we square this, this becomes 1/4. And I'm going to square the top. So if I square that, that gives me y to the 12th minus 2y to the 6th plus 1 all over y cubed. And then I'm going to add 1 to that. So that's 1/4 So really I can just put this 1/4 underneath. So I can make it y to the 1/12 minus 2y to the 6th plus 1 all over 4y cubed. And I'm adding 1 here. So let me add it intelligently, smartly here. Let's make it 4 over y cubed and 4 over y cubed. So I'll make my 1 look like that. Wait a second. I forgot to do it again. Watch out for that. I forgot to square the denominator. When you square y cubed, you get y sixth. So this should be 4y to the 6th in all the places. Okay. That way, when I combine my like terms on the top, I have y to the 12th plus 2y to the 6th plus 1 all over 4y to the 6th. And then that can be rewritten as a y to the 6th plus 1 quantity squared over 4y to the 6th. That's what I'm going to put underneath the square root. So all the way back up here, this becomes the integral from 1 to 2 of the square root of y to the 6th minus 1 squared over 4y to the 6th dy. I can go ahead and take the square root. That's going to give me y to the 6th minus 1 all over 2y cubed dy. And then we're going to divide that through. So this is the integral from 1 to 2 of the 1/2 I'm going to pull out front. And then we've got y to the 6th over y cubed is y cubed minus 1 over y cubed dy. Antiderivative here, I've got the 1/2 out front. This is 1/4 y to the 4th. This is y to the -3. So I'm going to increase it to y to the -2 and divide by -2. So this is plus 1/2 dy. Okay. And we're evaluating that from 1 to 2. So that's going to give me 1/8 y to the 4th plus 1/4 1 over y squared from 1 to 2. When we plug in the 2, 2 to the 4th is 16 over 8 is 2. And plus 1 over 16 minus 1/8 plus 1/4. And let's see, that's 2 plus 1/16 minus, let's see over here. I can just turn them all into 16ths. So minus 2/16 and minus 4/16. So that's going to give me, oh shoot. I'm taking, that's going to give me -6, -5/16 plus 2. So 2 minus 5 over 16, which is going to be 1 and 11/16. And so that is my answer to number 2.